My Startup TV, in association with Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs, COWE, and CoWorks Hyderabad, brings to you the stories of powerful women entrepreneurs.
And then then they said, okay, I take it that you don't know anything, and that you need all the colors, and so they made a lab for me. They didn't allow me in their own lab. They made a lab for me. They told my engineer that I said production. He would go into the production line.
Thought that a woman, what she will do. Then I invited the general manager here and showed him around, and he was pretty impressed. Then he spoke to his purchase manager that you place a small order on them and see to it that how do they perform.
And we have started a small school at 9 Zek Colony, Sanat Nagar, with 5 children.
Oh, okay.
From there, our struggle started.
Okay.
Now we are having 4,000 students.
Product being very niche area, we had to struggle a lot in the initial stages to get the orders, because we are a startup company then, about 30 years back.
And I've always been saying only one thing: unless you take the first step, how do you walk ahead? So there have been people who later on, maybe a year or even 6 months later, come and given me a hug and thank you, ma'am, for you. I could take that one, important step and then move forward. So,
and I had a room about this size only, and I started making prototype heaters, put them in the market to launch them. They had a good response. So I did that for 1.5 years or so, and then decided now we've got to go big scale. There's a big scope.
I went to bankers and they said, what can you do when men cannot do anything? How can you make it revive
the company?
So I said, anyway you want to sell the company, then why can't you give us a chance? Then I asked him to give us a 4 months time so that I'll try to do something.
So our chief guest who gave me the prize was a doctor. So when she asked me, what do you want to become when you grow up? I immediately, impulsively, I just told her, I want to become a doctor like you. And that it stayed in my mind and my heart since then.
I started into a partnership with an existing hospital which was there, and that is a Vijayanagar nursing home. And then we have taken a hospital called Masab Tank Nursing Home. That's when we ran. And there was a Srishti, which was like an integrated medical unit, which we started.
And I named it as Revive Technologies because I'm trying to revive the lost organs or the spent organs like bone and cartilage for many patients.
First few years was very, very tough. I just could pay up the interest component of the loan, but not the principal. So it was accumulating. And when I entered the market, it was so different what I visualized.
Throughout India, other than the India also, we have given more than 300 units. And still the painting company is closed, but our engineering thing is still running up.
When I'm walking into the workspace, so many times I put my gender behind.
Right.
Okay. Right. What do you expect out of a professional?
Right.
Is the work competence,
right,
the ability to stay committed to the work.
So I started learning all the slokas and the pronunciation and all. I used to be very take care of those pronunciation. Then later I started making the ragas. For every 10 slokas, I made one raga.
That time when we started, myself and my partner, we used to go around in bastis, morning, one basti we used to choose this morning hours, here we'll go, ask everybody that, yeah, we will give you employment, you please come.
Well, this I think, was my childhood dream. I basically come from a business family.
Okay.
So all along it was into us, our DNA probably, that we are not going to work under somebody.
Right, okay.
And my father was very particular that, my children will always work on their own, whatever it is. They're not going to work for somebody.
My life study is still, after that MCA, MBA, MA Astrology, and 2 PhDs I completed, and now I'm doing my LLB.
I'm very
clear in what a woman needs.
Right.
So definitely I don't think male would dominate in this business.
तो अगर आप पर्सनली किसी के पास जाके आप उससे अच्छे से बात करके और उसको सब कुछ समझाते हैं तो यू विल गेट इट.
And I think the first reactions that we got, because we put it on YouTube, the feedback is immediate, right?
Yes.
People just keep
Yes.
commenting. They loved it. And I'm like, did we do this? Did we upload the same thing that we shot? Because I liked my product too, but then I didn't know if the normal audience who were used to the serials and the short films are going to understand and like it. They really liked it, and I was really, taken by surprise in a positive way.
We were able to, I think, get themselves to believe that they can shoot and make movies more than just, your typical farming community stories where they're like, nobody will ever listen to us. They think everything we talk about is, our seeds are this, our fertilizers are this is our farmland, this is who we are. So they were like, okay, we now have the strength to actually go back and tell our people that we can write our own stories. There was communication happening, there was conversations happening irrespective of language, and that was, I think, one of the things that they were really scared of and apprehensive of before they came on board. And they were like, we didn't know if you guys would accept us because we are illiterate. And we're like, no, it doesn't matter. Like,
we've created a lot of interesting stories on artists' lives and their works. Inspired by Museum of Modern Art, New York. So we've created a syllabus for schools, and at the moment Teach for India schools have adopted that in all the schools in the 7 centers.
My spiritual quest, my emotional being, my circumstances, my emotional being, everything come onto the palette, and that works. And hand is the medium. And art is the reflection. So whatever it is, this is Jaya only. So I love to portray women a lot.
Every time we meet people and we find what is the duty of the youth towards the society, I feel it's the duty of the generation before the youth. So the youth needs us, and they are really interesting, in fact more enterprising, more practical, more smart to handle things. The only thing is we need to give them the right way to go.
I used to give the employment only to the women, and the struggle they have to get married early in the early ages, and then they have to convince their people, and they have to come to the work, and they have to earn. All these things made me to do something, I have to do a bigger business. I wanted to do a bigger business to give them more wages to all the women.
कार चलाना सीखी मैं, बच्चों को लॉक करके 1 महीना ये काम से निकलते तो मैं लॉक करके गाड़ी ड्राइविंग सीखी 1 महीना। फिर ड्राइविंग में परफेक्ट होने के बाद में माल डाल के डिस्ट्रिक्ट जाते, क्योंकि उस समय ऐसा था ना भाई साहब कि आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट जाओगे, अगर उनको समझ में आ गया तो टेबल कैश दे देते थे.
My husband PF amount. అదే PF gratuity ఏదో వస్తుంది చూడండి, మేబీ
రిటైర్
7 lakhs or 8 lakhs తో నెమ్మదిగా స్టార్ట్ చేసాం సార్.
ఓకే,
నెమ్మది చాలా స్లోగా. ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ टर्न ओवर 40 lakhs 40 to 40 lakhs.
पर मैं अपने बेटे को यही एक ही मैसेज देना चाहती हूँ, 2 मैसेज की. एक तो लेडी की रिस्पेक्ट करो, दूसरा अगर कोई आ जाता है आपकी ज़िंदगी में लड़की देवी बन के, तो उसको खिलने का मौका दो.
So we have about 11 lakhs farmers across India and also through the certification agency. So what was very clear was that mechanization is the future. Labor is increasingly becoming an issue. Even now, the southern states are depending on labor from UP, Bihar right now, which again won't last for too long.
I'm better with people and better with my work, in terms of a business perspective rather than just creating. Creating is of course in me, I love creating new things, and that's what keeps me going.
Doing something which was very regular didn't appeal to us, so definitely one of the things that I wanted is, why not take it to another level? Let's do the mapping of India to the street level. And then we took up this task, and it was Herculean but very fast, and then we came out with the very first GPS project that India had.
I'm learning from the pioneers. So my father-in-law has a very good knack of handling people. He knows when to, loosen the leash, when to tighten it. So all of these things definitely I'm learning from him.
We want to give services to our customer, not only like just give a kitchen and
Took me around for tours and all.
Right.
So when
Good.
we went to tours and all, I was just observing the buildings, the materials they use. That was actually more interesting
Right.
compared to fashion.
Right.
We came up with the name and packaged them along with my watchman, and I would deliver it in my car to the Nature's Basket. So that's how we started.
I was in the hospital and everything was like white and boring around me. And I realized I need to feel, color in people's life and mine as well.
I got into this 10,000 women got selected for the Goldman Sachs. Then there was an opportunity to go to Mexico. And they took the pain of considering, asking the people in ISB to give a break for the second module. That's the reason I was blessed to have my education not only in Hyderabad, ISB and also in Calcutta.
Environment was very close to my heart most of the time. So I was looking for a new opportunity in that space. And fortunately, I came across some officers in railways who explained me about this particular product, and I found this my calling, and I just picked it up.
If you are not happy with yourself, a lot of times you'll not make your family happy. And I've seen this with my friends.
Basically, it's not the marketing. It is basically the specs I get, and those requirements for the defense varies so much. It's the standards.
I want to do something novel all the time.
Okay.
Something which nobody does.
Okay.
That is the main thing.
Okay.
We captured 60% of the market in the country. If you remember yellow glow sign boxes with the name Vision Tech, yellow big glow sign boxes across any place you go on the highways.
Then that I got into a big law firm in the US called Sidley. I was able to practice there for 6 years. I was one of the only Indians in the New York office with amongst the 2,500 lawyers in the whole firm.
For 2014, I was part of this ITC program where I got an opportunity to take part in the program in Parsons School of Design and London School of Fashion. And then subsequently, I got an opportunity to showcase my designs in United Nations Fashion Show.
So I think when you see that kind of a threat and you can overcome it, then entrepreneurship is really nothing but facing a really very tough situations and dealing with it. So it's kind of, I think the skill sets that you kind of evolve and develop as an entrepreneur are very similar to what you would do with facing a very tragic situation or life-threatening issue. So,
and I just told him, even if you don't give me a loan, some bank will realize my dreams. They will give me, and I will call you for the inauguration, though you don't pay me money for this.
It is easy to say that you can be a housewife, but you have to tell to the world what is your better side of life, and you can prove your mettle only once you show your worth to the family also and the society, and then only this you feel happy inside.
I also remember the defining moment when we made the first 1 lakh as our revenue, and we literally celebrated. And I also remember times when I did not even 1,500 to pay a stipend to him. So these moments are always there, difficult moments are always there.